Hey guys, what's going on? I'm at work right now, but I had a moment to sit here, and this is something I actually wanted to film a couple of days ago, but I've been so busy that I haven't been able to talk about this. But one thing that I wanted to talk about here was don't let people change your heart. Don't let life and the circumstances that you go through and the way that people treat you change your heart or change the way that you walk and perceive the world. Walk through the world, excuse me, and perceive the world. I felt very called to share a little bit of my story here, which I'm not sure this is the right time to do this because, again, I'm at work. But yeah, this is gonna be like a long story if I were to talk about everything. But I remember that a couple years ago, I was going through the worst time of my life, and there were certain people in my life, like certain family members, that just watched me struggle. They watched me try to fend for my life, literally. And then there were other family members who made my life a living hell. And that was a very trying time for me. That was one of my probably darkest times of my life. Because at the same time, we lost our family dog. He passed away due to cancer, which hit him very unexpectedly. So he was gone within 6 weeks, and it was way sooner than we expected. We thought that we would have more time with him. And it was also at a time where my best friend also passed away. So it's like I went through all of these losses at the same time that I was going through like the dark night of the soul, or the darkest part of my awakening process. And just realizing that the entire way that I was living my life was a lie, that I was lied to my entire life, that everything was a social construct. It's like you just have this whole spiritual awakening, and you realize that the way that you've been living your life is not aligned to who you are, who you want to become. And I just couldn't wrap my mind around the fact that there were certain people in my life who just watched me struggle, who didn't help when they had the means to, and other people who kicked me when I was down. I was already in a very difficult place mentally, financially, and these people just made my life worse. And I remember there's certain people that I had in my life, certain friends, right? And they would throw things in my face. Like I had certain friends who would flash money in front of my face, knowing that I didn't have money to eat that day, knowing that I didn't have money to put gas in my car. I would have friends who I would talk to about the experiences that I had been through, and they would do the exact same thing to me that I had just told them that I had been through. So it's like I went through this chaotic time of my life where for maybe like 3 years, it was like beating after beating after beating after beating from not only my own awakening, but from the people in my life. And I never let that change me. I always knew that I was going to come out on the other side. I always knew that there was some sort of reason for this to happen, and it was really to align me to my divinity and remind me of who I am and what I'm meant to do on this planet. So I don't know, I just felt really called to share this message with you guys. Don't let the way that people treat you, and don't let other people's perception of you change your heart, because if I had let that happen, I would have become the same people who hurt me. I would be a narcissist. I would be someone who hurts others just for the fun of it. I would be someone who has lost their light and lost their hope, but I didn't let that happen. If anything, it brought me closer to God. It brought me closer to the light. It brought me closer to my purpose. And that's what I wanted to share today. A lot of the difficulties that we go through in life, they are trials to align us to the highest version of ourselves. So if you guys are feeling like you're in a very difficult place right now, and I'm not saying that my life is perfect right now, because it's definitely not. I still struggle financially. I'm still not necessarily in the place that I want to be. I'm still growing. I remember that I had people kick me to the curb and kind of throw me to the wayside because I didn't have money at the time, or I didn't have like the resources to do certain things, or I didn't have, it was mainly like due to resources. And it's just so interesting how people are when it's like when you don't have, and I know that obviously there's like an equal give and take to situations, but this wasn't it. This was more so being treated a certain way because I was in a certain social or financial bracket that it's very unfortunate that this is the way that people are. But it's like people will really kick you when you're down. People will really treat you like you are dog shit, like you are nothing, when you are everything and more. So I think this is another thing that I wanted to say, like don't let your lack of resources or lack thereof of certain things in your life also to make you believe that you're not worthy of certain things. Because again, if I were to believe that I didn't deserve the things that are coming into my life now, I wouldn't be in the position that I am now. So it's all about reframing your mindset and understanding that you're being shown the ugly sides of human nature and the ugly sides of the world in order for you to become the opposite, in order for you to change those exact things that are oppressing you. So as I was saying, I'm not in the place that I want to be yet. I'm still growing every single day. I'm still learning more about myself every single day, but I'm definitely way past and way higher than the place I was a couple years ago. And it's just so funny to see how when you meet certain people or when you're at a certain stage of your life, people will treat you a certain type of way when they don't understand what you're going through. Or it's almost like, I don't even know how to describe this. Like, this is why I feel like I should have sat down and filmed this when I actually had more time to talk about what I want to talk about in depth. But it's very eye-opening to me, because it's like when you see that people treat you a certain way when you're down on your luck, when you are going through the hardest time of your life, you realize that these people don't deserve to be in your life when you are rising, when you're succeeding, when you're experiencing really good things and receiving a lot of blessings in your life. So I think the main purpose of this message here is know that it's going to get better. It always does. Keep your faith and don't let other people change your heart. Don't let the way that people treat you turn you into a monster. You need to keep that light that you have inside of you, because other people are going to need that, and you are going to help other people go through situations that you have already gone through, just the way that I'm helping, just the way that I'm doing this for you guys, the way that I'm talking about this. I know that I would not be in this position that I am in if it weren't for a lot of those experiences that I had gone through. So I do thank a lot of those people for showing me their true colors, because otherwise I probably wouldn't understand humanity as well as I do. I wouldn't understand psychology as well as I do. And I wouldn't be, well, I'm not going to say I wouldn't be like spiritually awakened, because that was already part of the process. I was already in that process when I had gone through these experiences. But it's almost like it was like the cherry on top. It really showed me the depths that people can go to when someone is already struggling. And ultimately just it what it did for me, honestly, is like it showed me that I don't want to be anything like those people. I want to be the complete opposite. I want to spread love. I want to spread joy, compassion. I want to be there for other people. And I definitely am not a selfish person. I'm not someone who throws things in people's faces, dangles things over people's heads. I'm very giving. I'm a very giving natured person. Like, this is how I've always been. So I know that when blessings come into my life, I'm already at the frequency for me to hold those blessings, and I'm able to support others with those blessings as well. So yeah, again, I'm kind of going on a tangent now, but don't let people change you. Don't let circumstances change you. Know that it's all part of an initiation for something much greater. So that's my message for you today.